All right, folks, we are live for some Thursday night football action and putting. Game tonight is the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. Two pretty good teams, so expecting a pretty good game. I do need to pull it up on my phone in about 10 minutes or so, but get some people in here first. Question is, I don't know if I've ever watched the Thursday night game on my phone before. Can I just use the regular Amazon app? Or do I need like a separate Prime Video app or something? It's telling me I gotta get Amazon Prime Video, which I guess I'll do. Uh-oh. Gonna be live for the first half, and then call it a night as far as live streaming goes, just so everyone's aware. Or like 10:30, halftime or 10:30, whatever comes first. Uh, I share my Amazon Prime account, so it's telling me it just sent a text. That's not gonna work. Ever play or practice with blades? Um, Not really. You can do it. Thanks, Iron Maiden. Force One, P7 MBs. No, so I have a combo set of P7 70s and P7 90s, but for my skill level, I don't know if I'll ever get to blades. At the most, it would be like it would have to be a combo set. So I don't even know if I wouldn't want to hit even the MCs. I don't think for like 4 and 5 iron. It might have to be like 4 and 5 770s, 6 through like I guess 4 5 770, like 6 and 7 MCs, and then like 8 through pitching wedge or approach wedge, the MBs. But I'm not good enough for those. Peter Payne. I like my combo set though of my 770s and 790s. Who's everyone got in this game tonight? Do I've seen you here? You could definitely play them. I don't know about that. Honestly, when I got my combo set, um, that was possibly like 790s. Anyone can play those really. I mean, really, they're geared towards like low to mid handicap, but even like high handicappers can play them. The 770s may have when I got them last year, or I don't even remember when I got them. It was I don't know, call it 6, 8, 12 months ago, somewhere in there. Call it 8 months ago. When I got those, that was possibly kind of buying clubs a little bit before I maybe should have played them. I don't know. Maybe you disagree. Um, but now I feel like I hit them pretty good. I don't doubt that I could hit the seven like the MBs. It's just is the extra struggle and frustration worth it at the end of the day? I already feel like compared to like I had a set of Sim 2 irons before. Compared to those, like the 770s are already way more consistent, like dispersion wise and distance wise. There's no because they're forged. There's no like hotspots or anything. So I mean, realistically, I don't know if I would gain that much control, and I would lose a good amount of distance and a good amount of extra forgiveness if I went to something like that. But I mean, you want to send me a set of MBs, I'll play them. Total letdown, missed opportunity by the Garmin. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I was hoping, I think like a lot of people, we were hoping for um, basically another somewhat budget, like even if they doubled or tripled the price of the R10 and had those capabilities, that's one thing. But um, I mean, 5,000, it's almost 10 times the price. The only way that it would be worth it is if, I mean, all the metrics that you get, I said that to you earlier, Black Cloud, but all the metrics that you get are measured. So if it's actually as accurate as like a TrackMan or a GC Quad, then it's kind of a game changer because you're basically getting the top of the end kind of launch monitor for the price of like a mid tier. Um, so in that regard, it is. But the whole like the screen, I don't see a lot of that. Like they made all these influencers make a huge deal about the screen. Who cares about that? And as far as like being a computer inside, it's definitely not a computer. Probably leads to the conversation. What do they do that for? I read tons of comments. 5 grams way too high to ask for. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it depends what it can actually do. So again, if it's like if we're talking if we're talking similar to like a Unicore, I think it'll. I know you're a SkyTrack person. I don't personally love the SkyTrack. I've never been like a dedicated user, so I can't speak to it. But to me, like SkyTrack would be a step down from like a Unicore or a GC3. Um, if it's on par with like a Unicore, like the iMini or a GC3, then obviously the 5000 doesn't make a ton of sense. But if it's actually like as accurate as, like I said, the high tier, top of the end ones, then 5 grand actually, believe it or not, is kind of a deal. But either way, even if you're getting a GC quad for 5 grand, I'm still not spending 5 grand on a launch monitor. So at a certain point, it doesn't even matter. People got their hands on it saying you don't need a PC to run the software, not accurate at all. Only thing you don't need to run, yeah, Home to Hero, exactly. Every third party app, all you need is a gaming computer. Might lose a little distance due to traditional lofts, just club up. They feel great though. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I mean, even so, I'd assume I would probably. Are they even a club weaker than my 770s, or are they not quite a full club? Because it was definitely like it was like a club, if not a club and a half, when I went from uh, the Sim 2 irons to what I have now, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's another club going to like the MCs or the MBs. So I guess the 770s are still players distance. The 790s are definitely players distance, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it was like somewhat in between because the 770s are weaker lofted, but 2 degrees. What's the rule of thumb? About 4 yards per degree, something like that. Sorry, I've been on your lives. It's all good. What's good? Not much. Shocked you're not watching the football game. I'm trying to pull it up. So I share uh, the Amazon account with like my family, and my dad's the one. It's technically his account. Um, but I was trying to pull up the Prime Video. It needed me to download the app, and uh, he's not available right now for me to get like the verification code from his text. So I'm trying to pull it up a different way on my phone. But I am. I'm gonna be live for the first half. Watch the Tyson fight? Yeah, if I remember to watch it tomorrow. My phone is struggling. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, if I remember, I'm planning on watching the Tyson fight. Apparently, that's live on Netflix. I'm gonna watch that, and then if I remember and if I can stay up late enough and not fall asleep, watch the John Jones Stipe Miocic fight on Saturday. How you doing? Doing all right? How are you, Dorico? All right, finally, I got the game. Eagles players hurt. 0-0. I missed like a minute and a half. We're good. I got it on my phone, Black Cloud. Twitch TV. It's free. It doesn't have all those spam ads. What is it? Someone ripping off the stream or something? Rainy and gloomy day here. It's been really cold here. you want to wait for your dad. No, I got it up. I'm expecting a good game. Stream might be a little bit delayed, and then you seeing my stream might be a little bit delayed on top of that. But I'm at 13:08, 13:07, 13:06, second and 6 right now. Eagles must have got the kickoff because it just started. We got a should be a good game. 7-3 versus 7-2. Commanders haven't had a bye yet, apparently. Twitch is notorious for running ads if you don't sub to people. For some reason, they don't run BS ads during a football game. Good night from London. Keep up the practice later. Sounds good. You got to stop in, Peter Payne, when I go live in the garage setup with my new Square golf launch monitor. I got the sticker on my putter. That thing has been pretty awesome though. And yeah, I'm sure it's not as accurate. I can almost guarantee it's not as accurate, obviously, as the $5,000 Garmin R50, but it was $700, so. And although my battery's been a little bit wonky, that thing's rated for 8 hours, and the Garmin R50 is only 4 hours allegedly. When's that? I don't know. I don't really plan out any of these live streams. I'll have to slow down with holidays and everything coming up, and I have a trip to Florida planned. It's gonna be probably like the rest of you, busy time of year, but I don't know. Probably within a couple days, I'll be live. I think this weekend I'm gonna kind of deconstruct somewhat the setup, and yesterday I got the hospital current track delivered from Amazon, so I got to kind of take down everything that I put up, which I was just kind of stress testing to see if everything worked good, which been pleasantly surprised. Didn't mess anything major up, so pretty much just take down the screen, the tarps, and the nets, and then hang it back up again with the hospital current track, see how that works, and probably go try to find a pretty large, cheap black rug somewhere. How much longer did the battery survive last stream? I don't know. I mean, you saw it had to have been over an hour. I want to say maybe like an hour and a half when it was blinking 0. And I mean, it lasted all the way until I was done. Texas slapped Paul at the final face-off. I didn't see that. Dorico, I was saying, I think, considering it lasted that long on 0%, I actually think that the battery itself is fine, but there's probably a bug, either a bug in the firmware or the software. Basically, it's not reporting the correct battery percentage. So I don't think it's an issue with I don't think it's a bad battery as of right now. I mean, we'll see. I don't think it's a bad battery. I think it's just an issue of the battery is actually at 50%, but it's saying that it's at 10. So that's why it lasted so long, I think, at 0. But is it better than Garmin? The Square is definitely better than the Garmin R10. A lot better. But we were talking about the new Garmin R50 that just came out. Definitely not as good as that. But it has 2 high-speed cameras, infrared lights. You can do putting with it. You can use the dotted balls if you want. Comes with club stickers, so you get ball data, club data. Overall, and the thing is instant. As soon as you hit a shot, it's just on the screen. Overall, very, very high value type of unit for $700. Fourth down. Field goal units coming out. Sounds like I'll have to watch it. We'll see. See how good they are at acting. But ooh, no good on the field goal. 0-0. To me, even just the slap, that sounds like it was probably staged. They probably have all this. They probably had all the build up to it staged. The slap was probably staged, and this fight's probably going to be somewhat staged too, I would think. But I don't know. I do think Tyson's going to win. Going against both QBs tonight. Hope it's a low scoring field goal game. Well, you got lucky on that one. 0-0. They just missed from the 26-yard line or something. Entire thing doesn't work. Yeah, it's just a massive payday. I did see though. I don't know if it's accurate. I saw the like the guaranteed numbers, and apparently, if that thing was accurate, Jake Paul's getting paid like guaranteed money twice as much as Tyson, which seems kind of crazy. You think Tyson would be a bigger draw than Jake Paul, um, but I forget what it was. I want to say it was something like 40 or 50 million for Jake Paul, and it was like 20 million for Tyson. Tyson isn't going to throw punches for real. He didn't throw punches years ago against Roy. If he wanted to let them really fly, he could. But he demolished Paul with ease. I mean, Jake Paul's no slouch. Obviously, he's not Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson is also, what, 50? Jake Paul's like 25 or something. It's like half his age. I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast earlier. I don't remember which one it was, but they were talking about. He said that he thinks that Roy Jones Jr. fight against Tyson. He thinks that there was, which it looked like, there was an agreement not to have a ton of basically to pull the punches to the head, but he thought that Tyson was going full steam to the body, and he said that he thinks that he hurt Roy Jones Jr. multiple times with body shots. So it could be something like that. They could have an agreement to like kind of pull punches to the head and go full bore at the body. Stop it. Jake Paul's only fought real boxer and Fury. Other than that, Paul hasn't fought anyone real. Anderson Silva took a dive. I'm not saying he's better than Mike Tyson. I'm just saying at this point he's been like legit training for a few years now. He's definitely more than just an influencer. Again, obviously he's not Tyson, who's arguably and widely considered one of the greatest, if not the greatest. But my point is Jake Paul can fight. It's not like it's Nate Robinson in there going again and is like have never actually fought. At least he's fought. Yeah, he's been fighting scrubs comparatively speaking, but match is pre-planned for Paul to win. Mike to get a little more extra money for retirement. He can train legit. He can legit train, yes. Who is he fought? A real boxer. He's knocking out 5 foot nothing basketball players. Well, we'll see. I mean, that's why he's such a big draw, because everyone thinks he's just a goofy influencer that can't fight. But, I mean, according to Rogan and other big fight fans, they think that he actually is a halfway decent fighter, or at least at a bare minimum, should get more credit for being more of a fighter versus just an influencer. But, I don't know. I'm not the biggest, like, I know the most about football and basketball. I'm not like the biggest fight aficionado, so piss off Tyson too much. Tyson's been known for biting ears. Yeah, we'll see if that happens. That'd be pretty cool. I wonder if there's any like crazy prop bets with that kind of stuff. Is it pay per view on Netflix, or is everyone that has Netflix just gonna get it? Because like obviously for them doing it on Netflix, they're going to get a ton of money up front, but usually they make a ton of money when they do splits on the pay-per-view money. And if it's going to be on Netflix, then there's not going to be any pay-per-view money. Tyson will take a dive for a bigger bag. We'll see. I might bet like $5 on it. I think Tyson's going to win. The thing is with these Jake Paul fights, a lot of these are like, for him at least, they're kind of like can't lose situations, especially this one, because if he loses to Mike Tyson, he's always supposed to lose to Mike Tyson. But if he beats Mike Tyson, then it just keeps going. So either way, he's still going to fight again, and people are still going to watch. I don't see them going 100% full, though, either one of them. At least they're not supposed to, I don't think. Yeah, paywall, that's what I'm wondering. I've heard that they're trying to get bigger into, like, um, they did that golf event. I've heard they're trying to get bigger into the live sporting events. So like I said, they probably just did a way bigger guarantee up front, and then maybe they'll get some kind of slight revenue share of like new signups or something. But I don't know. Just don't think Tyson should be fighting at this age. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I watched like a clip from his like I don't even know what you call it, like warm up round in the ring or whatever. He looked pretty good for 50 or whatever he is. At least he's been training as well. At least he's not just like after not fighting for 20 years, just walking into the ring. So at least he's been kind of training for it. But yeah, obviously he's way past his prime. See a video of Jake Paul and Logan Paul answering each other during a lie detector test. They both fail and asked if Jake would win. And they answered yes. No, I haven't seen that. I don't know anyone who doesn't have Netflix at this point. Yeah, I would say most people do. But I mean, they're doing it for a reason. They're not necessarily, I don't think, doing it for to make all their paying customers happy. They're doing it in hopes that more people are going to want to watch it and you have new signups. But yeah, I mean, Amazon or not Amazon, well, Amazon too, but Netflix, they've kind of stagnated over the past few years just because they got so big so quick. And I mean, realistically, they don't have that many more new customers to pick up. But there's still going to be a large number of people that just get Netflix just to watch this fight and then cancel after a month. But Netflix doesn't care. Lie detector tests are gimmicks. That's why I never see them being used in court or anything else like that. Yeah, they're not court admissible apparently. We're gonna put Elon on that. Once everyone has a Neuralink, then you can do a lie detector test. Even if it's pay-per-view or anything, there's ways around it. He's gonna be in the know. Yeah, I know. Netflix, depending on people signing up. Just ready for getting to cancel after. Yeah, true. I mean, that's the same reason why all these NFL games now, like the same reason why this is on Amazon Prime, this game right now. Same thing when they were doing Peacock. Same thing with ESPN Plus when they did the 2 Monday night games. Eventually, all these primetime games, give it another couple of years, all these primetime games are going to be behind like a subscription paywall. I have Hulu and haven't canceled it. I don't even watch Hulu. Yeah, I got when I signed up for Spotify, I got the deal where you get Spotify and Hulu um, for the same price. Basically, Hulu is free. But yeah, I don't remember the last time I logged into Hulu. Like you're saying, if you're in the know, you can pretty much watch whatever you want. But sometimes if it's something that you really want to watch, like a game or this fight, and you don't want to deal with like streams going down or buffering or lagging or whatever, sometimes it is worth it. Sometimes just to pay for stuff, just if you really want to see it and have like a lag-free, stutter-free, buffer-free type of thing. They do a deal with these TV apps. Well, I mean, that's basically what they're doing. Not necessarily with like YouTube TV so far, but I mean, they've done games on Peacock. Right now, Amazon Prime, if you don't have Amazon, which most people do, you can't watch this game on TV. And when they did, that was a couple weeks ago, they did two Monday night games. One of them was on regular ESPN, and the other one was only on ESPN Plus. So, I mean, eventually, like the Super Bowl is going to be like an extra subscription to pay for. Well, maybe not that because that draws such big numbers, but like playoff games and all these primetime games, they're all going to be under these companies that have subscriptions. Super Bowl will be on Peacock, Netflix, Amazon in the future, just to test it out. Companies for more money. Yeah, the only thing with the Super Bowl is it's literally like the biggest event of the year. So they make so much money from TV advertisement. That may be the one thing that keeps them from doing it. Playoff games, though, probably. Watch it on Twitch, Thursday night game, football. There's no ads. Who's doing it though? Is it just some like random person that's rebroadcasting it? It's got to be, right? Or is it just because Amazon owns Twitch, so it's on there for free? Because usually they shut that stuff down. Weirdly though, I've been seeing some like college football games for free on YouTube, but I'm assuming those channels probably get deleted after the fact. There's got to be some kind of like shortcut people are trying to do. You like broadcast a couple live like college football games. You get a bunch of people to subscribe it, and then you delete the video right after. It's gonna be something like that. Oh, Amazon Prime's personal Twitch channel. Yeah, they own Twitch. Yeah, I just put two and two together. I was thinking before you were saying that like it was like these random people that were just broadcasting the game, but yeah, it makes sense. I forgot that Amazon owned Twitch until I said that like 2 minutes ago. Black Cloud. I was hoping you were gonna get the Garmin R50 though. Let me know how it was. You were you were in there. You said you were getting one for about 10 minutes. I was optimistic, but you gotta get rid of that Skytrack though. That subscription, anything now since, I mean, really, Garmin, you need the $10 just for Home T Hero, but no one said, I mean, who knows? There's all conflicting information on that stupid unit from all these influencers, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar like the R10, where it's basically a completely unlocked unit and you only pay the $10 if you want Home T Hero. So that Skytrack subscription is crazy, or any of the other ones. I'd sell that. If I was you, I would sell it, get a Square, and then pocket like $1,500. Yeah, they get shut down eventually. I've always been needing a game PC, still turn me off to it. Hey, well, Like I was saying, if you sell your Skytrack, you can buy a Square and you can buy a gaming PC, and you'd be basically at the same price. GS Pro really is the bee's knees. It sucks trying to figure out, especially if you don't know a ton about gaming PCs like I did. It kind of sucks figuring out what you need and doing all the research. But once you have it, it is pretty awesome. And as long as you buy a good one in the first place and you kind of future proof it, um, you should be good for at least 3 to 5 years. Maybe if you're expecting to play like 4K Ultra, maybe in like 3 years, the brand new courses that are coming out that are going to get more and more intricate, maybe you won't be able to do that, but you'll still be able to play at like 4K on like high or very high, or drop it down to 1080p like I do. Getting scoring, keeping the profits, yeah, I mean, I would. Just depends. You got to wait until, I mean, they'll be out there eventually. All these different people that are getting the square. Um, Touchdown, 1 yard line. Eventually, there'll be multiple head-to-head tests with the square versus the sky track. I wouldn't be surprised if they're very, very similar. But might as well wait for that, I guess. Need to see more data points from the square it has to offer. What do you mean? Like you need to see how accurate it is, or you need uh more like additional metrics. It does. The thing is, if you're just on the regular range, they're going to start adding them. If you're on the regular range, you're limited to what you can see just on the ones on the bottom. But if you're on the range, you can click data mode, and it doesn't show you the range, but it gives you all the additional. I don't think there's anything on there that, or I don't think the Skytrack has anything that's not on there. If anything, I'm holding off to see what J-Lag's friend who's making his own launch monitor and trying to put it on the market. That'd be cool. I mean, I don't know. I don't see a world where hopefully he does really well, but scaling that and manufacturing all the units and supporting all those is going to be tough. And I don't really see a world where the amount of units that Square has sold, they're just going to keep improving that because now they have money for more R&D and just continuously make improvements. Something like kind of niche like that guy is making, it's going to be a lot tougher for him to keep up with these companies that are selling millions of dollars and just have money to continuously throw at stuff to improve it. But hopefully he proves me wrong. More data points metric wise, all the club points without stickers or using gimmicky balls. Well, I was reading through the frequently asked questions. It does say now, I don't know if that's a newer thing on the Square website. It says um, which ball do you have to use, and there's some wording where it says use a dedicated sticker. So there's going to be something coming for them where you can just use regular balls and put their own sticker or stickers on the ball, which will work. And then, yeah, I mean, club data though, like you could get it from the Garmin. I don't know. You would have to look at the SkyTrack. They might just be estimating that similar to what the Garmin did. So the Garmin gave you all the club data, but that was all estimated. I don't know if the SkyTrack is doing it or not, but it seems like even with the Garmin R50 and like GC Quad and a lot of those big units, you still got to put at least a single sticker like on your club face or like on the shaft like the Square is to be able to accurately measure it. Otherwise, you could just be getting estimated data. But like I was saying with the data mode in the Square range, you get all the metrics that is able to show. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. A lot of units are just estimated. Is the SkyTrack, is that measuring your club data or is it estimated? Black Friday football on Amazon Prime. Really, the only thing that the square doesn't have is club head speed. But I would imagine all the units, all the square users, they'll add that within like the next month. I'd be pretty surprised if they didn't. Really not sure because they have laser and also Doppler radar. Even Doppler though, it's my understanding. I don't know if it has had Doppler radar this year to give you more accurate readings. Um, I don't know if Doppler. It's my understanding that Doppler is mainly used for ball speed and club speed. I'm not sure Doppler can pick up the direction. Maybe it can because it's basically pinging all those little um, trying to think of the word I'm looking for. All the like it's just the Doppler waves, the all those like 10,000 a second or whatever it sends the wavelengths. I don't know if that's picking up like if that can actually pick up direction of stuff or not, or if it can just measure speed. So I'm assuming it's just measured. The stickers really aren't that big of a deal, especially with something like the square. These things will probably stay on for a while. You just put them on once and you're good to go. If you're playing in like actual tournaments, you got to take them off and put them back on. But I don't know, I'm not doing that. I don't think you're doing that. A lot of people aren't doing that. So, and realistically, I mean, obviously, club data, if you can get it, it's better than not having it. But even like Bushnell and like some like Unicorn units, they do ball data only. And even that, like realistically, if it's getting really accurate ball data, you don't necessarily need club data. It's nice to have, but if you know your swing decent enough, you know if you're coming inside out, outside in, and you can change things from swing to swing. Fourth and four, 7-0 Washington right now. I was second guessing my purchase of the square when they did that teaser. So, like I said that night, I was like, go figure, my luck. I've been waiting for the stupid Garmin unit for like a year and a half. And then within days of getting the square delivered, they announce it. But um, as soon as that price tag of 5,000 came out, felt pretty good about my square purchase. Not that that thing was going anywhere anyways, but had to stop hitting the ball. Can't seem to find my swing anymore. I was doing so well for 4 days straight. Yeah, well, join the club. That's how it goes. You take a couple days off, and then out of nowhere, I find it's got to be mostly psychological, but I find that I hit it the best and I play the best after I've been hitting it really bad, and I drop my expectations. So I like go into the round or like a simulator round or practice session saying, all right, I've been hitting the ball terrible. Like I'm just gonna go out and like have fun and not really care about where it goes. And it's always those days where I hit it the best, and then it's the days where I've been hitting it well for like a week, couple of weeks in a row. And then I'm like, all right, I've been playing really well. Now's the time like I really want to play well and score well. And then when my expectations get high, I play bad. Listen, if Garmin sells that 50 for even 3 grand, I'm buying one right away. 5 is too steep for me to give up what I already have. Yeah, I'm still not getting one for 3,000. But if you can scale your SkyTrack, then yeah, that makes sense. Personally, I'm perfectly happy with the square, how good that is right now, and I would rather, even if I had $5,000 burning a hole in my pocket, I would rather keep the square and put that extra 5 grand to like a full size Country Club Elite mat and a really nice projector, and then still save some money. Or I guess a better way to put it, if someone said, I'll give you a Country Club Elite mat, uh, really nice projector, and like $1,000, or I'll give you the Garmin R50, I'd rather have the former in the mat, the projector, and the money. My final sim build, I have a Pro TV unit. I know you've been talking about that a lot, that overhead unit. I heard that unit doesn't have subscriptions either. That's one of the few apparently. I haven't really looked into that just because I have no desire to spend 5 grand, let alone 10 grand. And I don't have like, I get having it being up and out of the way and overhead is really accurate and all that stuff. But I don't have, it's not like I have a bunch of like lefties coming over, so the unit to the side is fine. But then they'll be even better by the time I get one. That is true. We'll see if they have a bunch of bugs in them when they come out or not, or when people start actually getting them. 3rd and 5. Washington's on their own 10. That was a pretty quick first quarter. Ooh. All right, here comes a punt. Well, you're getting your wish so far, Black Cloud. It's only 7-0, and they're about to punt again. Launchbox doesn't have fees either. I don't really like E6 due to their graphics. Yeah, I've never been a fan of E6. To me, it's GS Pro or nothing. If GS Pro wasn't out there, I'd probably get TGC 2019. But even that, it's like, isn't that like 2 grand to buy it outright? GS Pro, it really is. I mean, 250 is not cheap, but it is a really, really, really good value for the 250. Plus, like I was saying, I was one of the last people I think to get the lifetime, so I can cancel whenever I want and use GS Pro in perpetuity. And I keep getting all the new courses. You just don't get any of the like the software updates with like if they tweak any of the ball physics, which are already really good. I don't know how they can make them that much better, but you wouldn't get any kind of like new driving ranges or new like closest to the pin features or anything like that. But I don't really do a ton of that anyways. Personally, for what I use GS Pro for, I play the courses and I use the driving range. That's about it. Pro TV already had some issues. Watched this one guy's channel. Had to send the unit back because of tech issues. Couldn't get it fixed over the phone or internet. Huh. I mean, so far, that's what's one of the shocking things too. Just like all around with the square, like everything just works really well. Like you haven't seen a ton of people so far that are like compared to like the MLM2 Pro launch where they were getting like disconnects or like you would think there would be some of that stuff that pops up with the square. So far, it's been pretty seamless. Like apparently, I honestly I haven't seen a single person that got one that's like complained or said there was something wrong with it. Like pretty much, I can't even say pretty much. Everyone that I've seen that got one on like Facebook groups or anything like that, pretty much. I keep saying pretty much. Everyone, literally everyone that I've seen that's got one, is just thoroughly impressed with it, which is pretty impressive. Guess it depends though, what you're coming from, what you want to go to. Depends if this is your first unit. Depends if you're coming from like a Garmin or if like for whatever reason you had to downgrade. Maybe there'll be some more negative stuff coming if like for whatever reason people had to sell like their GC3 and now they're going to a Square. Now they're going to be disappointed going from a GC3 to a Square. You would think though, these camera units at a certain point how are they going to keep improving them? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Square works really well for the next like 5+ years. Like, besides like a better camera, it's not like you're taking like detailed pictures. You just need a super high speed camera to pick up all the like this millisecond by millisecond frames, which clearly it does really well. Like, what else could you possibly put into that would make it substantially better to the point where you would feel like you need to upgrade? Obviously, they'll eventually come out with like a unit where it measures everything versus some of the estimated stuff now, and they'll probably do a unit where you don't have to use the balls and that kind of stuff. But if it's like pretty minuscule updates, I wouldn't necessarily feel compelled to go buy a new unit. I think if you got one Black Cloud, I think you'd be impressed. If nothing else, you'd be impressed with the response time, which you were saying, how fast the thing registers. It's crazy. Which doesn't seem like a big deal, but I can see how that could be a major selling point, just that by itself. Not really sure what else the launch models can do, keep up with customers interested, and always upgrading their units. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure obviously they'll come up with some stuff, but I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like at a certain point, there's only so many things you can measure with a golf swing, and you can only get it to be so accurate, which a lot of these now seem very, very accurate. Like I don't know how they're going to keep raising the bar to where people feel compelled to go either sell their old unit, put it in a closet, and go spend possibly thousands of dollars for a new one, other than just having the latest and greatest toy. I mean, they do it with golf clubs. They figure out marketing to where they barely change golf clubs from year to year, and people still feel compelled to go out and spend $600 on a driver every year. But I was saying with response time though, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But especially now being indoors with the projector, especially when I turn the lights off and stuff, and you kind of like actually get immersed into the game, I could see how it is a pretty big deal having that instant response. So as soon as you hit the shot, you look up and the ball's in the air versus hitting the shot, waiting like 2 seconds, and then seeing it go after the fact. Maybe Square will come out with Square 2 in the future, add more things to it right now. It's really nice. I'm pretty sure they just launched to see the response to the consumers. Big selling point. Yeah, zero subscription. That's huge. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was the main reason why I got it. I've already heard rumors they're gonna come out with an outdoor unit. So I bet that'll be next. But like unlike Garmin, I get Garmin, they have such a wide array of products, and they like even with like their watch line, like I have the Garmin S60. Even with the watches, they have different levels of watches. So they have like ultra premium watches, and then they have some with lesser features and stuff. So from that standpoint, I get the R50 going from the R10, and then they'll do something in between. For someone like Square, who has cemented themselves as like the king budget, I don't see them doing like some crazy expensive unit in the future, even the Square 2. I see them doing an indoor and like a indoor outdoor unit, basically like a you can use it either way, but it'll still be maybe it'll be a couple $100 more, maybe it'll be like 1,000 instead of 700, but I still see them sticking to the turn themselves into the true kings of the budget game. But I was somewhat wrong with the Garmin, so could definitely be wrong with that. We'll see. And it is worth noting, it's always possible these companies could change up. So it is possible out of nowhere. Square, if they start running into issues, maybe sales slow down. It is possible they start tacking on a subscription. But you're gonna have a lot of pissed off customers if you do that. Honestly, I'm gonna keep Skytrack Plus and email him, try to talk some price down. Can't hurt. I'll start planning my move to buy a motorized cart for my bag. Hi, you're a very good shooter. I don't know about that, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, can't hurt Black Cloud. Just play the game with them. Say, um, I mean, you could just lie. Say, my family member and my neighbor just got the square. I'm so impressed with it. I'm about to order one, but I still have the SkyTrack. If you guys can work with me on the price, I'll keep it because I do really like the performance, but the subscription compared to the square is really a sore point. And I don't know. You just got to exaggerate a little bit. Worst they can say is no or just not respond. And then you're in the same spot anyways, so. Put it in the small hole. Someone say it. I'm not going to say it, but that comment requires a follow-up. Yep, there it is. More difficult? Well, yeah. It's like half the size. I'm on it. I still gotta add the I gotta add those other emojis. Still a little butthurt. Square never answered. They kind of just left me on red about getting a discount code for my viewers. Because there's been at least like 3 to 5 people that from the videos I posted said that they bought a Square because of it. What's up, Bogeyman Bill? How's the weather there? It's been really cold these past 2 days. Ball stuck there, by the way. Yeah, I mean that's why people suggested. Someone told me they read an Amazon review. I was using like 2 or 3 balls before, but they said if you use 6, by the time you hit all 6, you usually knock a ball that gets stuck out. Bogeyman Bill, I'm trying to talk Black Cloud into selling a SkyTrack and getting a Square and then a gaming computer for GS Pro. You should screenshot proof of people buying the Square because of your videos. Maybe they'll hook you up. Chilly here, managed 3 rounds outside before I gave up. Yeah, I recorded a couple videos earlier in the garage, and even that was really cold. Um, Yeah, I could take some screenshots. Black Cloud, but the official Square YouTube channel, they commented on one of the videos, so they know, like they're aware. I don't know if they're reading through all the comments or not, but they're at least aware of the videos that I've been making, which is kind of cool. I don't know if they'll do anything, but I mean, it'd be cool if I get like a small like affiliate commission for referring traffic, but more so I just want if people are asking where they can buy one or people said that they bought one, I just want to be able to give you guys a promo code that works and you guys can save some money. Jerry Garcia. Very cold here. I need a blanket. They also launched. I haven't heard. I think it's the official website. I haven't heard one way or the other, but they launched SquareGolf.com, which should be the new U.S. site instead of ordering it from that UK site. really hope that when I do that hospital current track this weekend, that the thing actually holds all the weight of everything and it actually works the way I'm hoping it does. It would kind of suck if I spend all the time taking everything down, hanging the track, putting everything back up, and then like after like a couple shots or like even a couple days, if that thing can't support the weight or hitting balls constantly into it. Just sold square units in different colors for small extra change. That's the first time I've heard anyone say that. I'm not sure I would pay for an extra color, but that's not a terrible idea. I've never heard anyone say that before. They messed up not doing a carry case. I would have easily paid like even if the carry case is only worth 20 or 30, I would have easily paid an extra $50 for a really nice carry case. Because I was talking about that, like even just like bringing it into the garage or bringing it back inside to charge, like once it's done charging, I'm like struggling to like find a place to put it where like it's not going to get like dusty or get like knocked over or anything versus like that Garmin case is awesome. That's like it feels like you could throw that thing across the room and the Garmin R10 would still be fine. Not necessarily needed, but it would have been a nice touch. Pass the word along to them for yourself. I know I could. Problem is, all this stuff that I'm talking about, I already have the unit, so it's not going to help me at all. But other people have mentioned the swing stick. If they were smart and they actually listen to people, which I'm smarter than I look, um, the swing stick should be an additional add-on. So they should drop the price by like 50 or $100, and then you add the swing stick if you want it. Because I'll probably never use that thing. I did one video on it, and that's probably it. That should be an add-on, and then either that or just swap that out for the carry case. Forgot about how dope the carbon case was. That wasn't going to bust if thrown or dropped. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. It just feels like it's a more like they actually thought out everything a little bit better and gives you some peace of mind. Even if you're just like bringing it from like I was gonna say inside to outside. Not you can't use the square outside, but even like from like charging it and then like putting it away for a couple days, just so like you can kind of just leave that thing wherever. If it was in a case, you don't have to worry about it getting scratched or knocked over or something like bumping into it. Um, but it's just those little things like. But I am gonna build similar to Golfy, GOLFFE, Gary over at Golfy. He basically built like a more robust protection. He built it out of seemingly it looks like plywood and then like plexiglass. Those sheets of plexiglass are pretty cheap on Amazon, so I'm gonna buy like a 1/4 inch, which is pretty thick, um, piece of plexiglass, and then build out like a more robust box out of plywood. How I have it right now works fine with the milk crate in the plastic container, but I'll feel a little bit better with um, people using it with that more heavy duty protection case. Should release a clear case unit so the consumer can see all the crazy tech inside the unit. They actually agree with my comment. That would be pretty cool. That's one thing you can kind of see. I still have. I left the protective. You know, like when you get like a TV or a screen or something, it has like that film over it, and you peel it off. I left that on the square just for a little bit extra protection. But you can see some of like the circuit board and some of like you can clearly see the two cameras and the lights. You can see some of that stuff in the square, which is kind of cool. And the reason why I mentioned that film is I could probably see it even more if I took that film off. But I saw what Golfy has. Was thinking something along that line. Did you get one, Bill? You have some news for us? Or are you saying if you get one? With your woodworking skills, you could probably make some custom ones and sell those. Engrave people's initials or names, or engrave like square on it or something. I'll probably do the box, and then maybe if I get around to it, I'll either like stain the plywood or like paint it black or something. No news yet. Leaning that way hard. It's a great unit. I think you will be thoroughly impressed. Plus, even just for the sake of if you end up getting your inside thing to work, you don't have to worry about doing Faraday cages and eliminating all the interference with garment and all that stuff. You just use that like what I'm going to do. You use the garment outside, use the square inside, and you don't have to worry about perfecting um, all the different heaters and metallic things and covering up concrete and all the shenanigans you have to do to get the garment to work inside. They may be going up though in price. I saw that they increased the price. They're made in Korea. They're originally that was where it was launched. They already increased the price in the Korean market. And right now on the Square Golf website, it says I think they're gonna end up going up to $7.99. It says $7.99, and it says right now it's 12% off at $6.99. So if you're gonna do it, maybe beneficial. Granted, I think they're still back ordered. I've heard early December now, so you may still have to wait. But possibly if you wait an extra month or two, it could cost you an extra $100. Even for 800 though, it's still a really good value. But obviously, you don't want to pay more for something if you don't have to. All right, 7-0. About halfway through the second quarter here. I said it earlier, but I'm out of here at halftime. So usually the last like 3-4 minutes of the quarter takes a long time, but I'm probably like 20-30 minutes I'm out of here. However long the next 7 minutes and 45 seconds takes. Plus, I mean the putting's really cool, but on top of just like putting for regular rounds, one of the couple of the videos I did some of those like mini golf type of courses within GS Pro. That kind of opens you up to doing some more stuff with that, which you can't do with the Garmin. So you can get even more out of the GS Pro than you already are. Some of those mini golf courses are pretty cool. I did Putt Warehouse and I did Mulligan's Island or something like that. So what you're saying, Bill, is you're leaning towards the $700 Square with no subscriptions versus the $5,000 Garmin R50. It's probably already in the works, if not possibly already almost done. But I would assume probably in about 6 months to a year, Garmin will do basically like probably the same housing and everything without the screen maybe of the R50, but they'll do an R30, and I bet it'll be instead of almost 10 times the price, it'll probably be like 5 times. So wouldn't be surprised if it's like 2,500. Smart play, Bill. R50's a bit rich for my blood. Yeah, tell me about it. Unless Garmin somehow sends me one, I will never own one for $5,000. I can guarantee you that. Head over heels for the Garmin R50. Be glad I fought my impulse urge to buy one. Isn't what it's cracked up to be. Yeah, it was kind of deceiving too. I don't know if they did that on purpose or if those were all honest mistakes of them saying that it was a built-in computer. But I was under the impression that it actually ran GS Pro. But seemingly multiple people got that wrong. Rather go another 1500 for the Pro T. Isn't the Pro T 10 grand? I feel like most of the overhead units are like 10,000. Isn't the Unicorn around there? Oh, 6 grand? No, I thought they were 10. That's not bad then. Now I know why you're so 6,500, I thought. Oh, for the VX? I thought they were 10. That makes sense why Black Cloud has been talking so much about it. Yeah, you still need a gaming PC to run third-party software. That's what Joe Legowski got, right? He has the VX. Correct, he's got everything. He does have a sweet setup. He does a really good job, though. Definitely the go-to person as far as like testing goes and whatnot. And I've been noticing now he's been saying like the official Joe Legowski putting test and the official Joe Legowski chipping test and like the official Joe Legowski review. Apparently he's got his full review of the square coming up. It'll probably be like an hour-long video where he goes through everything. Should be pretty interesting. Gets it off a free, lucky guy. Pro golfer, just getting things gifted to him. I don't think he's a pro anymore. He used to be a pro. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's not like he was just handed it to him. I mean, he's definitely worked his ass off to get what he's got and to have the channel and the following he has. But yeah, that is pretty sweet. His channel grew like crazy too. Another guy gets the same treatment, if not more. Joe's channel grew like crazy. When we did that collab back in the day, I had like 200 subscribers more than him or something like that, and then he like blew me out of the water. I'm starting to catch up though now a little bit. Still got a long way to go. I don't think I'll ever probably have more subscribers than he does, but I was growing at like a turtle's pace. Now I'm at like a younger turtle pace or a more spry turtle. His setup is really dark inside his sim room. I forget his name with the channel symbols. Josh Oddie. I probably know who you're talking about. Give me a little more. Give me some more descriptions. Don't say it. I'm curious. Jace Green, black and red lettering. Nope, wouldn't have got that. Never mind. I was gonna try to guess it. It's kind of rare. Name like a simulator person that I haven't heard of. Haven't heard of that though. Maybe I'd recognize him if I saw like his face or whatever, or like not Jace. That's not his name. Oh, he has. Oh, has. He has green and black lettering. Oh, green and black. You talking about the golf simulator guy, Jay? Golf simulator videos? Green and red with black lettering. Is that who it is? Is it golf simulator videos? GSV. Can't remember his name. He's legit set up. Very dark in his room. His name's Jay Lasco. if that's who you're talking about. GSV, it's him. He just went to the headquarters. Yeah, I actually looked him up. He does a really good job too. His family, I think it's his dad. They own a bunch of car dealerships. So I think him and his family are pretty well off. I forget what state he's in, but if you look up like Lasco dealership or whatever, they've got a bunch of car dealerships. I've watched a bunch of his videos though. He does a good job. He goes really in depth with a bunch of stuff. I watched his I think most recently. He hasn't done anything on the square, I don't think, but most recently I watched he did a full in-depth review and like walkthrough of the new version of GS Pro. It was like a half an hour, 40-minute long video or something. Tired, man. I am tired. Turkey sandwich? No, I had chicken bacon ranch pizza earlier. Usually, a lot of these streams, I have to make some food afterwards, but today I ate before I was hungry. I still do have a lot of turkey left, though. Two-minute warning. Still 7-0. What was the over-under on this game, Black Cloud? It seems like it's going to be well under the under so far. Should probably 49.5. Geez. Well, over under, yeah. I mean, it could be a high scoring second half, but I mean, obviously for pace for that, they need to be close to 25 combined at the half, and it's only 7-0. But I don't see another 2 to 3 touchdowns in the next 2 minutes. But crazier things have happened. Don't say that. going against these QBs. I watched that War Pigs thing he sent, the Fallujah thing. I had to pause it. There was one point a guy named Cedric popped up, and I thought possibly you sent it because you were maybe in that. I had to pause it on the guy's face and then go look at your Instagram picture and see if that was you or not, but it wasn't the same guy. And they spelt Cedric was spelled different. $200 on my car repairs. Industrial carpet cleaner. Sounds like an expensive day. 200 though. I mean, depends what it was. Car repairs can get expensive. 200 doesn't seem too bad, all things considered. Oh, you haven't had it for only about 11 months. Was it under? Well, I was gonna say was it under warranty, but apparently not. If you had to pay 200 out of pocket. Oh, Devontae Smith, big catch. Third fix in less than a year. That sucks. Well, as they say, they don't make them like they used to. On the bright side, you almost spent $5,000 on the Garmin, so at least you're currently $5,000 richer than you would have been. I am really curious though about that. Once like actual paying customers get their hands on it and like post some YouTube videos about it. Curious what they say. Because that guy Jay Lasco from Golf Simulator videos, he did a post on one of the, I think it was a GS Pro Facebook group, and he said, I was reading through some of the comments, he said it was kind of a haphazard launch, and he thought it was a pay to play. So from what he said, a lot of those influencers that did videos, they had to pay to be able to get early access to it and make a video. I don't know if that's how it was across the board, or if some people had to do that, but what's crazy, I took it back to the dealership. I had to take it for a spin. I couldn't find anything wrong with it. Which is today. Take to my mechanics, so I was still making the noise, crunching sound. Told them within 5 minutes they knew and found the problem. And I wonder if the dealership had some selective listening and they didn't actually want to find the problem. Rear stabilizer links, they were cracked. I don't even know what that is. I don't know that much about cars. I stick to golf. I probably I probably know the most about golf and finance, like stocks and investing, retirement, that kind of stuff. Exactly what I said. My mechanic said maybe. I had a new guy on it. Had no, the oldest senior tech ran the car and he heard the sound. Said it's nothing. They didn't find anything wrong with it. Huh. It is possible. I mean, it's your car, so you're more sensitive about things that are new sounds. Maybe they wrote it and just thought it was like a regular type of rattle and didn't hear anything abnormal. But you in your own car are going to be more sensitive to new noises, even if they're small that pop up. First and goal from the 9-yard line. Jalen Hurts on the keeper. Broke a couple tackles. 33 seconds left. Trust me, I have 5 cars. I feel something's off. I'm batting at 100%. Another thing too, as far as future live streams go, my basketball league is starting up again. So that'll be, what year is it? My basketball league is starting up again. So that'll be another one less night that I'll be able to live stream. Over this past month or so, I've had a little bit of extra time, so I've been trying to go ham with some of this content stuff, but like I've been saying, unfortunately, I'll have to slow down a bit, probably until maybe even starting pretty soon, like next week, up until probably I got a busy rest of November. December's always busy with holiday parties and everything else. Um, could be slower up until like January. Cicely says she's gonna look and see if she get me into something else. See the process of that. Hey guys, car's been nothing but a headache. Car's been nothing but a headache. 21 GMC Arcadia SLE. Well, used with 30,000 miles on it. Now has 41 on it. Hopefully those 30,000 were highway miles. First only car I've ever financed to own. All my other cars just pay cash for it. Alright, they didn't score. They get a field goal, so they're only at 10 points here. Black Cloud's fantasy is looking good so far. Shouldn't have had problems with that mileage. Someone rode it hard. What's that saying? Rode it hard and put it away wet? Had Burrow and Lawrence as QBs. Lawrence may be down for a year, so picked up Las Vegas QB. Just my luck. Women and cats take my money. Oh, women and cars. A lot of typos tonight, Black Cloud. What's going on? Pretty big gain from Austin Eckler. 11 seconds left. They just took a timeout. They still have one more. They could possibly get 2 more plays and a field goal. Fat fingers today. I will say, though, like I've been saying about slowing down with some of these live streams, some of the content, I've been trying to kind of strike while the iron's hot with the whole square thing. But once, like, start of the new year, January 1st, like that first week of January, I'll planning on hitting it hard again. So I'm gonna try to get monetized though, make a little bit of money off some of these videos, and put that money towards a new projector. So many damn options on Amazon. At least I'm somewhat weatherproof now. Just have to heat up the garage. You can buy heat shields for weather, put the door slots to retain some heat. Insulation panels for your garage door. Yeah, I'll be right. Honestly, I don't know if I'll even do that this year. It's just gonna be, it's a big upgrade. Like Bill's saying, I'm kind of weatherproofed. Compared to the last 2 years when I was literally out there in the snow and the wind and everything. Even just being out of the wind and being able to play at night if I want. Granted, it'll be even colder, but um, definitely projector first. Cut foam board to glue to my door. I just don't want to go too crazy. All the stuff that I bought, I can easily reuse, but um, possibly looking to maybe make a move down to Florida and really weatherproof myself. Made a big difference. Roll up door, that is. Staying until the second half begins. Now I gotta get out of here. I gotta shower. Have one main wall, the outside that's uninsulated, half the ceiling in the attic over the garage, bare as well. Go shower. I can live stream the shower if you want to see that. I'm not a big smelly person, but I work out almost every day and I shower every night before I go to bed. I think we were talking about that a couple streams ago. So, all you people that go to bed without showering are nasty. All right, it's halftime. I'm out of here. You think we are a short game? He's always filming himself shower. Those are funny when he does those club reviews where he's in the shower for the care kitchen next round when he come back. I don't know. It depends. I mean, it could be tomorrow. I don't know, but depends how intensive it is to get that hospital track up. Whether I do that tomorrow or Saturday, I don't know. If I start it tomorrow, then Saturday. If I start it Saturday, then maybe I'll go live tomorrow, and then yeah, it just depends. Depends if I can get that thing up and it works well, and again, if I run into any issues, kind of taking everything down and then back up again or not. Did another club review today. We'll release one today. Later, y'all. Have a good one. All right. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Have a good night to you as well. Hopefully, I don't really care who wins this game, but hopefully for Black Cloud's sake, it's a low-scoring second half, at least for the quarterbacks. All right. See you guys in the next one.